Hello students. In the previous video we studied roots of noun. In roots of noun I give you 4 parts. The first one was cases of noun. So I told you that we are going to study cases of noun in the upcoming video. And what's cases of noun? Let's study cases of noun. First of all, cases of noun tells us that a noun can be used in different positions in a sentence. Simply you can say that cases of noun, it shows where a noun is used in a sentence, right? So the first case which we have, that is subjective or nominative case. Normally we call it nominative case or subjective case. What's the meaning of nominative or subjective case? So let's study the definition. When a noun is used as the subject of verb, it is said to be, or it is said to be in the nominative case. Normally people say that is in the nominative case, and especially we in grammar we consider it as the subject of verb. So we say that this is nominative case. The name which is given by grammarian, that is nominative or subjective case, because it functions as the subject of a sentence. And a simple definition which we normally give to subjective or nominative case, that is when a noun is used before main verb to function as the subject of a sentence is called subjective or nominative case. So now look, I have given some examples. The first example which we have, that is Kamran is my friend. In this example, is the main verb. It is the main verb of the sentence. Kamran, it's a noun and it is used in place of subject. So it's a noun first of all, and used in place of subject. We call it subjective case, right? That is subjective case of a noun because it's used in place of subject and it functions as the subject of a verb, right? So this case is called nominative case or subjective case. A second example is given here. Asif lost his pen. Asif, it's a noun, it's a proper noun used before main verb. It's simple past tense, lost. The second form of lose is used. So lost, it's a second form of verb. Normally you can say it's main verb. And Asif, it's a proper noun, it's a noun used in place of subject, so you can call it subjective or nominative case, right? And the third example which I've given here, that is, hasn't the chair been cleaned yet? Hasn't the chair been cleaned yet? The word hasn't, that is auxiliary. The chair, that's a determiner. Chair is our noun. So normally our subject is chair, right? Chair, it's a common noun used in place of subject before main verb. Been is auxiliary, cleaned is main verb. It's passive voice. Normally the example is written in passive voice, and it's also interrogative example. So hasn't, inversion took place, hasn't came into in the place of a noun or subject, and subject went into the place of verb. So the chair, it's a common noun and it functions as the subject of verb. That's why we call it subjective or nominative case. You can call it subjective as well as nominative case. This is the first case of noun. Again, we are going to highlight subjective or nominative case. In this case, noun is used as the subject of verb, or whenever noun is used as a subject of verb, it is said to be subjective or nominative case. Or simply you can say that when a noun is used before main verb to function as the subject of a sentence is called subjective or nominative case. Examples are given. Kamran is my friend. In this example, is main verb. So before main verb we use a noun, and this noun functions as the subject of the sentence. That's why we call it subjective case of a noun, because noun is used in place of subject. So we say that there is subjective case of noun. The second example is Asif lost his pen. So again, in this sentence, lost is a verb, his pen, that is rest of the sentence. So Asif here functions as the subject of the sentence, and the subject is a noun, so that's why we call it nominative case of noun or subjective case of noun. And the third example, hasn't the chair been cleaned yet? Right? If we just bring this example into positive concept. So you will say that the chair has been cleaned. The chair has been cleaned. The chair is our subject. Has been, it's a verb, has been cleaned. It's a verb, and yet it's yet cannot be used actually in positive sentence. So we'll just say that the chair has been cleaned, right? And now in this example, our subject is chair, and been cleaned, that's a verb, right? So again, it's used before verb and functions as a subject of the verb been cleaned, right? I hope it's not that complicated. Now look, I've given a note. Two nouns may be joined together by a conjunction such as and or are, and so will share the function. And so will share the function means that sometimes you can have more than one noun before main verb, and they will be combined by the conjunction and or maybe any other conjunction, right? Coordinating conjunction. So whenever two nouns are combined by a conjunction, they both share the function. They both share the function with one another, with each other, and they both function as a subject or as an object or as a object of preposition. So here again I'm going to explain two nouns may be joined together. Two nouns may be joined together by a conjunction. We can use a conjunction between two nouns such as and or. Normally conjunctions and or can be used here. And so will share the function. And so will share the function mean that the way they join together, the same way they will share the function. Of a subject of verb, it means it can be used in subjective case. Object of verb, it can be used in objective case, and object of preposition. So both nouns can be used in all these positions. Now I have given some examples. Ali and Ahmad live in Sadr. In this example, we have two nouns, Ali, Ahmad. Ali is one noun, Ahmad is second noun. Live is our main verb. Our main verb is live. So in this example, you can't say that only Ali is a subject. Ali is a subject and live is a verb. What about and Ahmad? So here, if someone asks you, Ali and Ahmad, these both are functioning as the subject of the sentence. So you can call it nominative case or subjective case of noun, right? In this case, we have subject which is made from two nouns, right? Ali and Ahmad, they both function as the subject of the sentence, right? Subjective case or nominative case, you can call it, right? Live is our main verb and Sadr is the rest of the sentence. Now he invited Layla and her husband. We didn't study objective case, we're going to study after it, but normally I just give example according to the notes. So he is our subject here, invited is our main verb, and Layla and her husband. If we see Layla, it's a noun, husband, it's a noun, right? So Layla and husband, they both are combined by the conjunction and, right? Conjunction and combine them, and they both function as the object of verb. What is the verb? Invited. So here Layla and her husband, they both function as object of verb. Object of verb, right? So that's why we say that if two nouns share, if they are combined by, if they are joined by the conjunction and or, again they share the function, right? They both function as object or subject or object of preposition. Now inshallah, after that we are going to study objective case of noun.